Hiya, it's just Jenny. I haven't come at you like this for a while. How are you? How have you been? I wanted to share today some things that came up when I was working with a one-on-one coaching client. So it's now the end of January, and those New Year's resolutions, commitments, goals that you made to yourself, how are they coming along? It's highly likely you've had some challenges. Circumstances have changed, you've gotten busy, motivation's waning, and it's highly likely that you have met these frustrations with not a lot of compassion or self-love or grace, but rather you have been beating yourself up about it. You've been very forceful and stern, probably several choice words with yourself. And so this idea of beating ourselves up as a strategy for behavior change, talking a lot about this with a client who is very much a perfectionist. And so when things don't go to plan, their first response is to beat themselves up. And I wanted to share some things that they discovered in the process of journaling and through our conversations when I said, okay, how effective is your current strategy of beating yourself up? Because I want to be clear, you are using this as a strategy for behavior change and to change things for the positive in your life. How well is that strategy working for you? And they wrote, in short, it doesn't work. When I reflect on my beliefs and look at my number one belief, which is love, my approach defies what I believe. Duh. That's their duh, not my duh. They go on to say, at the end of the day, I'm human. I don't have all of the answers. I'm going through life like everyone else, and I'm not perfect. I never will be. It's okay to mess something up or to fall out of line. The true response is what actually matters. Making the next best choice. I believe this will lighten my stress levels and my body and my soul, and this will allow that negative focus to translate into more positive actions. Okay, so a few things about this. Next best choice is what we have been working on. So you should have goals. You should have a very actionable plan, but things don't always go to plan. Circumstances shift, our feelings shift, our motivation can wane. And instead of this perfection, all or none, if you can't be perfect, then just forget it, because they really struggle with consistency. In order to be consistent, just ask yourself, what is the next best choice that you can make? It's like, and that's all you can do anyway. Just make the next best choice. It's not the perfect choice. It may not be the ideal choice. It may not be the intended choice, but based on your circumstances, it is the best choice you can make in the moment, which will keep you moving forward and keep you in a positive state because you adapted to your circumstances and you took action. That is success. The second thing that I want to talk about is this idea of being perfect and perfectionism. And in my conversation with this client, I just said, okay, perfect is off the table. It is no longer a descriptive word that is available to you. So what is your next best option to perfect? Okay, just next best option. Maybe what you're striving for is to be really gritty, to be really resilient, to simply do the best that you possibly can. And when you think about, using the strategy of beating yourself up, if you were leading a team, if you were managing a team, if you were raising a child, you're in an intimate relationship, would you ever in a million years have as your strategy anytime somebody just did the slightest thing out of line, you just got in there and just said, what the heck is your problem? You are such an idiot. I can't, what is wrong with you? You can't do anything right. You're a loser. You'll always be a loser. Nothing will ever change. How effective is that strategy with other people? Common sense. We know that that's not rational or effective. So why is it a strategy that we use on ourselves? So these are the two things, tools, frameworks that I'm going to invite you to just explore and play with. Okay. What is my next best choice? And what's my next best option to perfection? So I would love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know your comments. Please let me know down below, and I'll see you soon.